So here I am again, second time in one day. But you know what? I sat here and I decided I need to make myself some painty papers because I just used them. Oops, I wanted that in this one. Because I just used them for stuff. And so I need some so I could use some for stuff. And so I am fixing some painted papers, and I thought, well, I'm just going to turn on my camera and see if the camera makes my painty papers come out even more beautiful. What I'm doing is I'm just taking some scraps of paper that I have here, paper that I just have scraps of, and I'm just putting paint on them. I'll use these for like backgrounds on things, and like maybe I'll do like some Zentangles on them or whatever. And so I like them for that. And so I'm just putting some paint on the paper, just watercolor, and it's just regular printer paper. It's not watercolor paper. And a lot of people, you know, I watch people do painty papers, and everybody has their way of doing them. And I always used to think that I need to do it the correct way. Like there has to be a correct way to do these. And so I need to do it like somebody else does them, so I'm doing correctly. But as it turns out, I don't know. I think there is no right or wrong. And so that's why I use whatever paper I have, and I use whatever brushes I have, and I just put paint on paper. And if it's right, then it's right. If it's not right, then it's still right. And so there I just kind of painted it on there and then sopped it up with my paper towels, and then I got like the little print off of the paper towel even on there. I think that's pretty awesome. Originally, I think painty papers were this, what you have left over from your background sheets, and but now painty papers are so popular, or so many people use them for different things that there is no like rules or laws. You just do them however you feel like they should be done, and get different colors. I like to just have different colors so that I can, no matter what I plan to do with them, because I don't have any plans for these papers right here. So I should have saved one of my, I got peanut butter jar lids here, and then I got this lid. Oh, this one here, I'll make that one for my green. Let me wipe this out so I can have a green. I need to get some green too. We don't want to do without green here. So I've got color on that one already. I don't have any color on this one. And this is not a watercolor brush, it's just a fan brush. And so I'm going to put some water on this here lid. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to get some green out of here. I'll get some green and put it in here, and I want it like watered down. I want it just watered down, and I'll put a little bit of green in here with that brush. And oopsie daisies, sop it up a bit. And that kind of sopped up all my green, but that's okay. I can put more green on later. See, I did this one here. Now that one's dry. Maybe I want to put little green down here for some crazy reason, and maybe I want to put some yellow up in here. What will that do? For some crazy reason, make that painty paper. It just makes the painty paper a little more painty. And I may never use these for anything at all, ever. Now here, I've got this here piece of paper. It's got some oriental writing of some sort on there. And so I want to give that some color. And even if you're doing your Zentangles or mandalas, like, see, I just got myself into doing mandalas and I love them. And so whatever you're doing, if you do it on a painty paper like this, then you know, it just brings out, it just has something, you know, when you put the color over the print, you know, it mutes out the print a little bit. And then if you're doing a mandala or a Zentangle that is you know, black, you know, black ink, it'll pop so pretty on this paper. Let me see. And you know, these paper towels, when you do this way with a paper towel, and you get that color on the paper towel like that, and then you take that paper towel and you collage it down on something, like see this one, how the color is in there. And if you collage that down on something, how pretty. Even if you collage it wrinkled. I'll do that one day for you and see what we come up with. I'm going to save them paper towels. But look how pretty that one is. Isn't that color pretty if you can see it? It's really pretty, I think. It's very pretty, in my own humble opinion. And then if you have, oh, here I've got some, like, book page. Wait a minute, they're all closed up with a... I'm going to take that book page and then I'm going to put some color into the book page. Let me see, I'm dipping into my white here a little bit to get a little bit more of a snowy blue. Okay, and put that on there. And by getting that white in there, it's kind of making it a little bit more opaque. And I can still see I can still see real well the wording, but it'll be very pretty to, and I'm getting these brush strokes just going in all kinds of different directions too. So, and you're just, what you're doing here, and you know, you could maybe tear up this paper, tear it into pieces if you're doing a collage of some kind, or if you're doing clusters, or, you know, anything like that. And very pretty, very, very pretty. Let's see, I think I will daub that one a little bit, get a little bit of that color off of there, like where it's real thick, not thick, but you know, like that, whatever we call that. So but when I do some papers, I like to do a few so that they're so that I have papers ahead, you know, and then I can just put them all in a little clip, and then I have them for whenever I want them, or I need them, or probably is more of a need, because I need stuff. And so, and I'm just putting this paint on here. I'm just putting color on here. This is just watercolor. It's not anything to do with I don't have watercolor paper here. And you can use any kind of paint. And if you have acrylic paints, you don't have watercolor, you can take acrylic paint and mix them with water, and you've got watercolors. So it doesn't have to be exactly what the doctor ordered. I like I told you, I used to think that I have to watch other people's videos and do it exactly like they did because they know how to do everything right, and I don't. So I figured, you know, that's what I needed to do. But now I have learned I don't need to do that. I can just do things however I want them to be done. And so there, I got that paint. Now see, the paint didn't soak into this paper as much as it did the other paper. And so, but look what I did over there. I wiped some right off on there. And here's some, looks like Hebrew print on there. Let's see. And let's go ahead and put some color on that one, just to make a painty paper. That's all we're doing, is just making a painty paper. And my green, I gotta fix my green paper here. Just a minute, maybe I need to get a different kind of brush so I can get more green. I want my green to be greener. Instead of brownish green, I want it to be greenish green. Okay, this is a water brush, so I can just squeeze it and get more water out. And then I can put some more green in here. And just move that paintbrush out of the way. Then which one did I have the blue on? I have blue on something. Oh, maybe that was the one I just rinsed off. Okay, let me get some more blue. And as you can see, I am not doing anything. No, I am following no rules, but the Scrap and Lizzie rule is just to do it. Just do it. Like, you know, like Nike says. Nike says just do it, and that's true. Whoever made up that little phrase for Nike must have been an artist, because they said just do it. Excuse me. And so I'm going to just sop up some of that color. Ooh, that's pretty. That's pretty, see? My fan blew that. I don't know if you can see how pretty that is, but you'll have to just take my word for it. That's pretty. Oh, this one I did some green on. And so, and it's all dry, so maybe I should add something like just a little bit of blue somehow, like this. Now what happens there? Let me get another paper towel. Oh, see, can't go wrong there. That's pretty. That's pretty. You know what, probably, let me see, what did I have over here? This one here. Maybe I could add some red to that one. Is this my red brush? I don't know what kind of brush that is, but it's all bent out of shape. And so I'm just going to put some red, just some red in here for some odd reason. But then I'm going to take this piece of paper and just push that piece of paper over there and see what happens. I do get some red on there. That didn't absorb it really though. But see, now I got some red on there. And so we'll go with some green. Let me get me some green going on in here. And see, I'm not taking my time. I'm just kind of not even thinking about it. And then I will put these papers away. I'll put them all in a little stack. And I will have painty papers. I will have something that these will go for something at one time. A background for something. And so, and I'll just put them away, and I will, maybe I'll put them away for a couple days, maybe I'll put them away for a couple weeks or longer. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm just doing that. And so I do think I want to put a little bit more red in there. I don't know why, I just think that. Sometimes I think things for no reason. And so I'm just going to put a little bit, well actually it looks more pinkish. And so I'm going to put some of that in there. And then I'm going to fix it with my paper towels. Now see, these paper towels are going to be pretty for something. I think I'm going to probably do them a little bit later and see how that lightens up then when I did that. And so let's see, what's this piece of paper? I just got a bunch of pieces of paper. Well, I'm running out of, I don't know what I'm running out of. What color is that? Blue. Okay, put some more water in there. See how I do everything just perfectly? I mean, oh! Oh, God, my hubster scared me. He heard what I said. And so, I don't play by the rules. I just really don't. I just do stuff.
I love you.
And my hubster loves me anyway. He just said, I love you, so he must love me anyway. Okay, so let's see. What color would I have on that one? Ooh, some weird color. So I'm going to go in. Okay, you go outside. Go outside and play. He's working on that tree, I guess. I said in my last video, but you might not have watched it, but we had a tree fall yesterday. And it's a huge tree. It's called an ear tree. And it fell over, and the thing is huge. It is huge. And there's no way we'll ever get it all chopped up, but we can get the limbs off of it and such. But we're concerned about the rest of the tree, because this tree has like 4 or 5 trunks. And we had one trunk of it fall last year. And then we had, yesterday, we heard the biggest crash. And we went out to see, and it was on the lot next door. We got 2.5 acres. It's broken in half. Our house is on one half of it, and my daughter's house is on the other half. Well, it's actually our house too, but boy, I just did that goofy. And but we're worried about that third part of that trunk, or the biggest part of the tree. We're worried about it coming down. And if it comes down, it's going right on the mobile home. It is going to, that mobile home will be toast. And when that tree comes down, because it will come down. The rest, the tree is coming down in pieces. And we had an estimate to get it taken down by a tree company, and the estimate was $6,000, which we kind of don't have $6,000, and so we're just going on a wing and a prayer, you know. And so so Papa's going to, the part that fell yesterday, he's going to take like the small branches off of it and get them burnt up, and just hope the rest of that tree does not fall. Not in my lifetime anyway, because that worries me. I am going to make some phone calls to see if we can get any kind of assistance in taking it down so it doesn't fall on the mobile home. But I'm thinking at this point, if it falls on the mobile home, well, then the mobile home will be toast, and we'll have to tear it apart and whatever. But I think it'd almost be cheaper to just go, if that happened, is just to go and get a travel trailer for my daughter to live in. She wouldn't mind. You know, a lot of people like little small homes. We've got a shed out the yard. We could probably make that into a tiny house. That would be neat. So we're not so worried, really. We're worried. What worries me, though, is if it falls, it's going to fall right over, right there on Tommy Sue's bed, is that in that corner of the house. So I don't want it to fall when she's asleep. Isn't that pretty? That's pretty. I like this, especially this side of it. I like that. So anyhow, that's my complaint or concern of the day. What if I take a piece of this? Look at this. I got this muslin right here. What if I take this muslin and take some color? I don't know what to do here. I'm just going to paint it. Just paint it. Why not? It was there. It was there in my way. When I reached for more paint, I got a piece of muslin. So what if I just... Ooh, that's... I don't want that dark like that. But it's already that dark now, so... That's okay. See, I'm just going to paint it. Whatever. You paint anything you want. You know, if your dog gets close enough to you, go ahead and paint the dog. Okay, here's some green then. Let's put some green here. Who in the world would even... I do have fabric paint, but, you know, again, who's following the rules? I'm just not following the rules. I'm just doing whatever happens. Whatever happens, happens. Oh, see, I was waiting for it to be lunchtime so I could have lunch. And then go off for my scheduled nap. I schedule my naps. Are very important. And, actually, I gotta get my feet up. And I have found if I take a nap or two a day and get these feet up in the air, this is an old age thing. You wouldn't understand it if you're not like really old. You have to be really old like me. And then you would understand it completely. So I'm getting quite a heavy coat of this paint in here. See? You know, like I say, I've got fabric paint. And I could, but you know, paint is paint. And so, but you know, one time I painted, well, me and Papa for Halloween a few years ago, we were Thing 1 and Thing 2. So I painted us some, I had bought each of us a pair of red sweatpants and a red sweatshirt, and then I crocheted us our hair for Thing 1, and they are cute. I use them for hats now. Keeps our heads warm when it's real cold and we're out by the fire. But yes, it gets cold in Florida, and this morning was quite chilly. And so, and then I painted the Thing 1 and Thing 2 on the fronts of sweatshirts, but I used house paint because that's what I had. White. I needed white, and I had house paint, and so, and it dried real stiff. So I guess you wasn't supposed to use like house paint. I guess house paint wasn't the way to go on that one, but that's what I used, and it worked for our Halloween. I know, we had red slippers on because we was Thing 1 and Thing 2. And I got pictures. Well, I had pictures. I don't know if I still have pictures, because they might have been on my old phone. And I didn't get all my pictures off my old phone. They seem to grow legs and walk to Timbuktu. And so I'm just painting this here piece of fabric. I'll just keep painting it till I'm done painting. And so I don't know what some of these colors are, because I got colors mixed together now. It's like when kids play with Play-Doh. I say just mix the colors. Some parents, they say, no, don't mix the colors. Well, for me, I just say, go ahead, mix the colors, see what you get. Because that's the way I roll. That's just how I cook, too. I say, oh, well, let's put some of this in here and see what we get. But now look, see there? I just got this whole long piece of muslin. And I painted it. What will I do with it? Heaven only knows. I don't know, but it's pretty. Now, let's see, I'm going to hang it over the trash can right here. There we go, so it'll dry right there. Okay. Now look at this piece of painty paper that I have down here. Now, is that beautiful or what? I know. It is. Not even or what. It's just beautiful. See there? Because and that will be, maybe I shouldn't have done that. No, I should have done that. It's fine. Okay, see? That's beautiful. Now I got them paper towels. I got this. We're going to sop up a little bit right here. There we go. Okay. Let's see. I'm counting the sleeps. We don't have very many more sleeps before my granddaughter's going to be here. Look at that. How pretty. Oh, yeah. Look at this. How pretty. Oh, yeah. Look at this. How pretty. Oh, yeah. This one. Oh, yeah. I like this one. Oh, yeah. This one. And this one. And this one. And this one. And this music paper. And this one. And this one. I did pretty many. I'm proud of myself that I got that many done. And look at this. And I just gotta go rinse out. So see, your peanut butter jar lids. Save those. Lids work good for stuff. And so there, I got me some painty papers that I will use for something. I will maybe tear them apart and use them in collage. I use pieces of them. Use the entire thing to maybe draw on. And if you've seen the look how pretty that one is. If you saw the video that I did this morning on with my scribble art, oh, you got to see that, because that is another kind of art you all will be able to do. No prob, Bob, no prob. And because from Susie Overman, or you might see her on the Scrap and Lizzie site as Susie Irby something, but that's her mom's name, but it's still her. And she has to use an alias, you know, FBI's looking for her. Not really. But and you'll see her scribble art. If you see that in if you go to Lizzie Scrap and Lizzie Unicorn Facebook group and join if you haven't joined already, because there's so much inspiration in that group, so much inspiration in that group, and I get inspired like you wouldn't believe. I am so inspired by having that group, and it's amazing. It's just amazing how the things that you can learn in that group from the other members in the group, because they will post something. Like, we do a lot of Zentangle lately in the group, a lot of Zentangles in there, and we may not keep that up forever, but look, like right here, I have copied some of the images, because I copy them, I print them, I copy them to my computer and then I print them. But like Tracy Turner made this out of a paintbrush. She made that witch. I want paintbrushes. I am going to make this witch. I love her. I think she's beautiful. But I know where I can get them. I just haven't gotten over it. Maybe I'll send my daughter this afternoon if she's not sleeping. She had to work early this morning. She's already off, but she might be sleeping. But to go get me some from Harbor Freight, because I know they have them over there. Jan Glines watercolored these leaves. Isn't that beautiful? And then Trina, this. It says, let the moon and the sun lead us to your... Let the moon and the sun lead you to your destination. And she's got the sun and the moon here. And look how pretty that is. That's beautiful. Susan Eaton drew this. It's a Zentangle style art. Ladina drew this. I love this. The fence post. The prompt word for this was outpost in Inktober, and that's what she did. Outpost, the last post. This was done by, I didn't write her name, but I don't have to get it. Ladina did this. This was the prompt word was storm, and she drew a mermaid in a storm. I love that. This is the image from Susie Matos Irby, which is also Susie Oberman. And she drew this. This is nothing but scribbles, and I was so inspired by this. This morning, I did a scribble art, and I did it on a video, so you'll be able to see that watching the video. This one was Ladina's as well. See, these ones haven't gotten in the book yet, but I'm working on it. And this one, the prompt word was rocket. And look at the hearts coming out of the rocket. I love that. Love you to the moon and back, she wrote. And then Dai Kirby did this, and it's a Zentangle inspired art mixed with a mandala, and that's what this is, and I love that. And then this one is too. See, I did a video on these, on something similar to this, and these girls took it and put their own twist on it and made one, doing a Zentangle styled art mandala, and I love this. Susan Eaton did that one. Clara Anderson put up this here is, I think it's a book cover, but it is slow stitched fabrics all the way around. She did not put the description, but I do believe that's what that is she took pieces of fabric, she slow stitched and made a book cover. And then Dai Kirby did this collage of Zentangles. So these are all going to go into my journal. I'll work on that this afternoon. In fact, what I might do is, with some of my Painty papers, is actually make backgrounds for some of these before I put them in the book. But that's, I want to encourage you, if you haven't joined our Scrappin' Lizzie Unicorn Facebook group, that is a group where you're going to get a lot of inspiration, because everybody does everything. We are a freedom is ours in that group. So we don't just stick to one thing. Like, you might go to a group that's all crocheting, or you might go to a group that's all woodworking or whatever. We don't do that. We do a little bit of everything, and just whatever you can do to take care of yourself, take care of your inner self. And this is what you do to take care of your inner self. Something like this. That might not mean anything, but you're putting something on paper, or, mainly we do things on paper. Well, or paintbrushes, fabric, anything. Like, I just painted on paper, and I painted on fabric. And maybe they won't go any further than this. I may not do anything more with this. This might just stay in the stack for the rest of my life. But I did it, and I had fun. And life is all about the journey, not the destination. So I don't have to have a plan for these. I can just do it and enjoy the journey. And I did enjoy this. I enjoyed doing this. This was very, very fulfilling for me. And then when I look over at them again, I love them. I just absolutely love them. And each one is so different. I didn't think about it, and and paint over papers, book pages, or whatever like that. You just look how pretty. And we see how this one is kind of neat, because the colors kind of ran together. So, like, when I was sopping them up with a paper towel, if you go like this first and let them run together, go like this way and let them run together first. In fact, I didn't use the paper towel on this one. I just let it be wet and let them run together. So that's another thing you can do. So anyhow, that's just what I wanted to show you. I just wanted to do the simple um, simple painty papers. You hear people talk about painty papers, they're always different. Everybody's turns out different. And so, but everybody's turns out beautiful no matter what. And it does not have, sometimes you can look at them and you can say, oh, that kind of looks like an alligator right there. And I have seen where, well, I have done it too, is where I have seen an image in a painty paper, and then I take my like my Prismacolor or my micron pens and go around the shape and actually come up with a with a character of some kind, something that I might see in there. There looks like it might be, I could make this into a fish right here. And you never know, I could make this into a rocket ship, you know, once I go over it with my black. But anyway, that's all I have to bother you with today. And so I'm going, oopsie daisies, everything's kind of falling there. I just pick things up off the floor because I knock things down. I always read at the end of my videos. I read at the end of the day. Look at this one. It says, believe in yourself. You know what? That is my reading right there. Believe in yourself. In fact, I am going to use this phrase in my collage I'm going to make of myself. I'm going to make a collage of myself. I think I'm going to look through my pictures today to get my collage going. I talked about my collage in my last video that I'm going to make of myself, which is going to be my focal point in life. Okay, so that's it. That's my reading for today. Believe in yourself. And I ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make, and believe in yourself. God bless.